Hey everybody, Brooks and Drag Times here. I'm out in Las Vegas for the Consumer Electronics Show. This show is incredible. It's got all the latest technology from displays, drones, and especially cars. A lot of cars were unveiled out here at CES in 2023. We're going to jump in and do a kind of the cars of CES. We're going to check out the Ram Revolution electric truck. They got the BMW i7 all electric, and then whatever else they got in there. There's a ton of new cars and all kinds of crazy technology. Let's jump in and see what we find inside. Last year, BMW came out with, it was like the electric SUV, it changed colors black and white. This year they took it a step further. This one does full color. You can see it changing colors. All sorts of things here. Got stripes and really cool. Now the wheels actually are changing color too on this one. Pretty cool. There's also a concept over there where you can get a ride in there. It takes you around virtually in Las Vegas. Let's take a look at some of the more colors as it goes around. Let's check out down in the front. There you go, BMW iVision D. Definitely took it a step up. You can kind of still see some of the kind of color changing panel gaps right here in the bottom here, but overall really, really cool. What do you guys think? Is this the future of cars? These things will be changing colors. Whatever mood you're in, you can just put whatever you want on it. Really, really cool. Bugatti's back at CES with the Chiron. Of course, these are all sold out, 500 made, but you can get a hold of, thank you, appreciate it. Yeah. But of course, you can get the Bugatti scooters, which you saw last year. I think it's about $2,000. You get a Bugatti scooter if you can't quite get to the Chiron. Onto the outside of the BMW, they got the new BMW 7 Series fully electric. They're doing test drives. I'm gonna grab the Draggy out. I didn't bring it today. I'm gonna come back tomorrow and do a test drive of this. This is actually all electric, 536 horsepower. Range is about 300 miles. There's an actual home theater system in the back of this car. It's got that full widescreen system in the back where you can watch movies and such. We did a demo of this last year when it wasn't even in production. Now you can actually buy these. Onto the Sony area where they have partnered with Honda to show their Ophelia prototype all-electric car. This has a host of entertainment features and external screens to interact with other road users. They can show temperature in the car, weather, its charge status, along with some other information. The prototype has 45 cameras and sensors inside and outside the car and allow for level 3 autonomous driving. They're using the Qualcomm system-on-a-chip technology with the Snapdragon digital chassis, and pre-orders for the Ophelia start in 2025 and initial shipments in 2026. That's quite a long ways away for Sony and Honda here. Came across the Hispano Suiza electric car, 4 motors, 1,100 horsepower. They're only making about 25 of these, $1.5 million. This is one I saw online before. I don't know, it's got a little bit of a Chrysler 300 vibe to the front. Purple carbon fiber, it's got butterfly doors. 0 to 60 is, he's telling me 2.6 seconds. The carbon job is really, really good. Interior, as you've seen in some of the other pictures, is kind of, I don't know, it looks very tight in there and a weird kind of interface with a couple of large screen on the left and a kind of mid-center screen right there. Onto the back. Kind of a sloping Morgan type look to it on the back here. Check out some from down here in the back. This is being debuted in an electric power charging company. Take a look at the back down here. Pretty interesting design on this one. Back onto the rest of the car here. Come around, look at the front here, down the bottom. All right, so next up we got a Lightyear solar power car. It's actually got a battery inside. They can charge about 50 miles per day on solar. These are actually in production. This one's about $350,000. It's got 4 motors, super aerodynamic if you check out some of the interior bits here. But this is a car you can actually buy today, pick up 50 miles of range if you were in the sun. So if you're driving in the sun, you get about 600 miles between charges. And the battery is 60 kilowatt hours. So you can see here, it's pretty efficient there, 169. That's about half of what I get in the Tesla Plaid. So 4-wheel, in-wheel motors, 54 square feet of solar panels, which are all along the back and throughout the whole kind of top of the car here. I imagine this is probably the way to go. Why not add solar panels all over the car and have it generate power, you know, as you drive? If you get a kind of close look here at some of the panels along the hood of the car, what do you guys think? 350 grand, obviously price got to come down quite a bit before people will really be driving this, but I think the technology looks really, really promising. Over here you can check out one of the motors. This seems like it would have been a good application for the axial flux motor. You can see how big this thing is. Total horsepower is 170 horsepower, so these aren't making that much. And for example, on the Ferrari, the motor, which is smaller and lighter, this makes 200 horsepower each. So you could put that in there and make it about 800 horsepower if you wanted to. Now, I thought I saw the last DeLorean at SEMA show. This one, brand's the DeLorean name, but looks quite different. This looks like some kind of weird off-road vehicle. This reminds me of the CES Mercedes design from Avatar. But look at the side here. I mean, you can't even see out the side windows. How's this gonna work? I'm not exactly sure here. Tires are definitely some kind of off-road thing. Walk right to the front. You can see it brands the DeLorean name for sure. But might be some kind of autonomous transport. But you think you might want to see out the sides when you're walking around this thing. I don't know. Onto the side profile of the vehicle. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Obviously just the design concept, but pretty radical in itself. They could actually make something like this work. All right, so one of the stars from the CES show you've seen is the Ram Evolution electric truck. Check out this thing. Wow, really, really sleek. It's got suicide doors, completely electric, of course. Watch how the doors open up on here and how much space you actually have as the turntable kind of turns around here. We'll get a look inside of the car or the truck. So yeah, as it comes around here, just really, really wide openings and a really, really cool interior actually as this thing comes around. Looks like we got caption chairs in the back. And the doors are just huge in this car. Coming around to the back here. I gotta say, this truck looks awesome. Very sleek, kind of low profile. I think it looks better than a Rivian 100%. Just huge wheels. I love how the side kind of lights up there on the side. Tiny, tiny mirrors or cameras. You can see it right there as well. And then a kind of a panoramic roof all the way up top through it. Come around as it comes around the table here. Not sure what the exact specs is, but over here we got the powertrain. It's actually got a robotic charger, so you could just park this in your garage or maybe in the driveway, and the robotic charger will kind of come find its spot in here to do wireless charging. Unlike the McLaren, where you have to, for the speed tail, you to park the car and it kind of positions you directly over. It's really hard to actually do that. Here it goes, it's moving right now. So you can see it backing off. Interesting charging solution, so you don't have to plug it in. Seems like a lot of work instead of just plugging in the car. Of course, you got, looks like dual motors front and back. I can't tell if there's two motors in this here or not, but it could have 4 motors or just 2 motors front and back for the all-wheel drive. Got battery pack in the middle, some of the inverter stuff. Completely flat battery pack over here and onto the front. You can see some of the suspension components with another motor unit right here. Trying to check out the bed of the truck as it kind of turns around right here.
I think the rim is,
looks like a 26-inch wheel on the truck as well. Super, super long. But the profile of this truck is just really, really impressive. Actually, the bed looks decently sized as well. All right, so there you go. What do you guys think? Ram Revolution or the TRX? I'm definitely going with the electric. This thing is really, really badass. Back over here in the corner, they put the E-muscle car from Dodge, which we saw at the SEMA show. Kind of funny how the truck is taking center stage and the E-muscle car over here is stuck over here in the corner. Still, very sleek car. Love it. Coming around to the other side of the Stellantis booth, we got the Peugeot concept. And I'm not so sold on this one. It's got a weird kind of angular design. Again, same kind of suicide welcoming doors setup that a lot of the cars are having these days. Let's see what we got here as this car spins around in front of us. Not minding the front so bad, but it's got a weird kind of chopped up look towards the back. Almost like it wants to be a Lamborghini, like maybe the Raventone kind of concept we saw a few years ago. And of course, suicide doors. It's got LED panels on the side. You can see that kind of stuff moving around. And the wheels are actually kind of interesting too. Side kind of blade wheels. And as it comes around here, let's see what we can see inside. Yeah, that looks real comfortable. I don't know what's going on inside of there. Yeah, clearly never to be made, just a concept kind. But what do you guys think? Peugeot making a comeback. On into the Mercedes booth. Here's the Vision EQXX. Actually, I think I spotted this on the Las Vegas Strip rolling down last night. They must have been doing some filming when I was coming back from the airport. This got a kind of a speedtail looking design throughout the back, obviously super aerodynamic. Not a bad looking car on this at all.
For aesthetics, but right now.
Let's check out the back here. Come around, drop down. It looks very narrow actually. I know there's a wide angle lens, but in person, the car looks really, really narrow. Let's check out the other side as we walk around. We'd love to see what that looks like inside. Kind of hard to see through the dark window tinting. Walk around the front again. Obviously got some aerodynamic wheel covers, some hood vents as well. There you go, latest concept from Mercedes. Over here in the VW area, standard Porsche Taycan and its cousin, the RS e-tron GT. Haven't seen these two cars side by side before. Obviously pretty similar, but more interesting over here is this Volkswagen ID Buzz. It's like a weird, I don't know what this thing is, but it is obviously a van. Super futuristic inside, but I don't even know if this is even in production or not. Over here we got the Volvo EX90. Definitely never a Volvo fan, but I gotta admit, the front of this car actually looks pretty good. This is all electric, 300-mile range, under $80,000. But check out the front here. Not bad. I don't know what, that's not a roof scoop either. Not sure what the top is. Probably for some kind of autonomous driving features, but man, front looks good. And I'm not a Volvo fan at all. But do you really need this big bubble thing up here? Not sure what that is. Figured they could have done something a little better on that piece of it. So there you go, Volvo here at CES. All right, I just turned my head and look at the size of this earth-moving machine from Caterpillar. This is unbelievable. Wow. Look at the size of this truck. That's just crazy. I mean, it's hard to get in perspective how big this thing really, really is. But we're actually gonna walk around underneath this crazy, crazy truck. Look at the size of these tires. Hard to get a feeling of the scale of this crazy thing. Jeez. All right, quick walk around. This is the VF8 FinFast, which we're about to go for a test drive in. Pretty small course. Kind of walk around, check out the back too. We're in the VinFast VF8?
Correct.
Gotcha,
yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, it's a dual motor, all-wheel drive SUV.
Okay.
Luxury SUV. Has 402 horsepower, 457 pound-feet of torque, and goes 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds.
Are we doing 0 to 60 today?
Not today.
Not quite?
No, we do have a place that we can check out acceleration, but mainly we're looking at a lot of the features. It is a modern SUV, high-end luxury vehicle.
Seems like a Tesla Model Y competitor.
I really don't know much about Tesla,
Okay.
but I'd imagine that would be a good, or the Lexus RX3.
That's a hybrid though. Yeah, that's a hybrid though.
Size-wise it is.
Yeah.
All right, so again, it's just like any other vehicle, except instead of going to the gas station, you plug it in. It is a high-end vehicle, so it has plenty of cameras. Mm-hmm. It has them on each outside mirror, one on the nose, a couple in the back, and it can use all these to give us a 3D view.
Okay. Does it have self-driving capabilities?
Right now, autonomous mode is 1, from what I understand, which means it does have adaptive cruise control.
That's very interesting.
Lane centering, blind spot detection, but it basically the same as any high-end vehicle. It does not have an autonomous, like self-driving.
Okay,
mode.
gotcha.
That's something they're working towards, have self-parking and so on. But right now, we just want to show the vehicle itself.
Gotcha.
It's got plenty of screens.
Yeah, I can see that kind of virtual display there.
It's got a lot of apps, but it also has a home screen where your sound system, your entertainment.
It's got CarPlay, Android Auto.
Probably use the most in your nav, and you can expand the nav to the full screen.
Okay.
We have Eco, Normal, or Sport. We'll try Sport mode, and this is where you can feel free to accelerate and get an idea of the top line performance. The idea is we're not worried about zeros or 60 because we can only go about 20, but feel free. I won't do it, but feel free
you should do it. Go, do it.
Briskly here.
Okay.
And then it's got 4-wheel disc brakes with anti-lock, just like any high-end vehicle would.
All right, now it's my turn to drive. We're gonna do slalom course and acceleration. It's quite a tiny little course here. Let's do it.
Sport.
Does it have launch mode?
It does.
There's no launch mode?
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen that? Okay.
All right, you can go ahead and
Let's see if it has launch mode. Nope, no launch mode. Okay, you ready?
Ready. Very nice.
All right, 0 to 20. That's all we got. What is 0 to 60 supposed to be in?
5.5.
5.5, 0 to 60? Okay. And we're off to the slalom course now.
Have a little fun in the slalom.
We got the slalom course. And that's the end of the slalom course. And we got bumpy time. Here we go. Okay, feels good, nice.
All right. And then just P for park.
Yep.
All right, very
great.
Nice. Well, thanks a lot for coming out.
Yeah, great. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Questions about the vehicle?
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, well, great.
So they have a pop-up for the Fisker Ocean, not inside, but outside. I've seen this car before, but now we get to kind of walk around and check it out for real. 350 miles of range, actually has solar panels on the roof, which can add about 2 or 3 miles per day of range, and over a year, a couple thousand miles. Let's hop right in and check out some of the features of this all-electric SUV. So we're inside here. You got a display in the front here. Now this is interesting. It has a rotatable display here. So it goes into media mode. So if you're parked, you want to watch movies and so forth, you press that, and it goes into like the media mode where you can watch movies and do all that kind of stuff. But I think if you're driving, you actually have to have it turned this way. So let's turn it back here. And then over here, it's got a center console you can open up, and a little work desk right here if you want to be working. Kind of cool, pretty neat. And you can kind of look at where the solar panels are up here on the roof. And then we can kind of go through some of the UI here. These are kind of the settings, similar to what you get in some of these other electric cars. But let's check it out, what we got of the different options here. Range features, heated seats it looks like. Drop down here, got the music interfaces. Of course, this is not a completely production car, so some of the UI is not quite there yet. But you got the Bluetooth, here's your charging stats. And then over here, you got a tray table, which pops out, because there is no glove box here. And then you got storage, which pops out underneath as well. 2 electric car charges. And then I think in here, you got some USB-C and USB-A. And then, yeah, so pretty cool car. I think over here, I'm not sure what that is. That's interesting. But over here is the electro mirror. So it's got cameras in the back, and you can actually control the angle up and down with one of these buttons here. So if you want to go sideways, I think this is right there. And then if you want to just see who's in the back seat, you click it again. We've seen this on some other cars, of course. On into the back here, seats fold down. Again, you got the solar panels on the roof. And a lot of legroom, actually. This has got a floating center console, so you get extra legroom to put your foot down in here. And then we got some coat hooks here. Kind of shut the door. There you go. This is actually pretty cool with the solar roof. This actually, I believe it opens as well, so you can kind of get a sunroof effect. And the seat in the back here, actually, you can tilt. It's electric, so you can tilt and kind of recline back a little bit as well. Sticker price is this is about $70,000. And the range is 350 miles. I heard they just started producing them, so these cars should be arriving, I think it's first quarter this year. Do a quick walk around the back of the vehicle. I don't know, can you open this? How does this open? No.
I think right now the power lift gate's deactivated. So let me read it.
Oh, you got to manually open it? Okay, gotcha. All right, so check out some of the rear space we got. Cargo cover, more space underneath here. What kind of space is up in the front? Is there space up front too?
So there is no front.
There is no front, okay.
We removed all the electrical components and we push it up to the front.
Okay, gotcha.
To maximize cargo space.
Okay, so it doesn't open at all.
That's right.
Okay, and then charging here, got it, okay. So yeah, definitely unique here, no frunk opening up in this car. All the electrical components they put up there to get more space inside the car. Pretty big wheels, what do you got here? 22-inch wheels on here? Here you go, door handles retract, similar to other vehicles you've seen. All right, so there you go. There's the Fisker Ocean One coming out soon. All right, so that's a wrap of my time at CES 2023, checking out all the latest and greatest cars. My personal favorite from the show was the Ram Revolution electric truck. This thing looks just awesome. And man, I don't know when this is coming out, but I hope to see it soon. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up. Helps the video on the channel. And we will see you in the next video where I'm doing a full review and draggy testing of the BMW i7. Thanks for watching.